Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. I can make it rhyme and groove and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
Now it's time for Believe in the ACC with our starting lineup. From Florida State, number 17, Charlie Ward. From Morehead State University, number 50, Lloyd Span. And from Murray State University, number 2, Kendrick Haskett. Get ready for the best sports show about the ACC in all the land. Believe in the ACC starts now.
Scoop, and y'all, we got it. 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 Scoop, and y'all, we got it.
That's how we go. This is how it games, the press and roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the press and roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the press and roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the press and roll. And now, get ready for Kendrick Haskins and Lloyd Spence, the press and the pros. Let's go.
Oh, there he is.
You make that ugly face, that stank face.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
That's when it's really good. You know what's funny about black people? We make that face whether we're listening to hip hop, R&B, or church. We be making that face in front of the Lord.
That girl can sing.
Woo, she can sing. Woo, why you preaching? I don't know if you're supposed to make a stank face to the preacher, but it works.
Sing your song. Sing your song, baby.
Why did you challenge your 85-year-old woman? I don't understand that one. That's crazy right now. You just like, sing your song, baby. Wow. Okay. Listen, we're back. We are back. We are back. And I'm quickly realizing now I shouldn't have worn this white. It's so bright. And I don't know how to tone it down.
Because the funny thing, if you look like you got on the makeup from whatchamacallit, the bank robbing movie.
Oh, Nemesis.
No, not Nemesis.
What background?
Chris Tucker-
Oh,
Chris
Dead
Tucker-
President. Dead President.
Dead President.
Which, by the way, I
Yeah.
hate that. I don't like that movie. I know it's sacrilegious in the black community, but I didn't love Dead Presidents.
You look like you got on the Dead President's makeup.
I do look like that though. I do look like that.
Bank.
But listen, I'm gonna be making a lot of hat changes during today's show, so just y'all bear with me. I'm trying to show a little bit of love to the WNBA. I don't know if you can see the Aces logo on the hat. So there you go. Try to show a little love to the Aces. And you know what? I don't even know if the Aces are really my team. I just like the Aces, and I like the logo. The logo's fine.
Well, they win.
Yeah, they win a lot. They win a lot. By the way, I don't know if you saw ring night for them. The ring was fire.
I saw the celebration, but I don't think I saw the actual.
Oh, so the ring looked like a regular ring at first. It had the 2 or 3 titles, however they won on it. But then you could take it off, and it went to looked like a little wedding ring, and it still had the 3 diamonds in it. I said, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice."
Yeah, because you can actually wear it.
Right, and that was his point. He said, "I know it's a little gaudy sometimes when you're trying to wear it, but if you just want to wear it out, you can take this part out." It was like, the whole ring. But that was anyway. I don't know how we started on that, but that's what you do on a mashup show. You talk about everything.
That's what we do around here anyway.
That's how we do it out here. Listen, this show is good. I don't know what other podcasts do. We be having a good time here. If you join us, you'll have a good time. I promise
Right.
you. All right. Not a lot of BLEAV noise right now, but we got some. And the biggest and loudest is that the draft declaration is over. It ended 2 days ago. And if you was going to stay in the draft, you left your name in the draft. But on May 27th, if you wasn't going to stay in the draft, you was going to need to pull your name out the draft. And a few people pulled their name out the draft. One in particular. Here it goes. Here we go. Here's the challenge. Milan Nikolic. I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
I don't know. I have to look at
I think it's Milichovic. I think it's Milichovic, but I haven't taken the time.
I mean, around looking at Twitter around here, you may as well just say Larry Bird.
Listen, if you listen to the internet, period, they talk about this guy like he's the second coming.
Right.
And I'm like, everybody's after him. St. John's, Arizona, Kentucky. It could make or break their season. I'm like, where was this? If he's that good, why is he not going in the first round? Like, what are we talking about right now?
Right. There's a reason he's coming back.
There is a reason. Now, that's not to say the kid doesn't have talent, but it might not be as magnanimous as it is being taunted to. So the first question that I ask, and as I transition to my first hat, there we go. The Louisville Cardinals are definitely in on the kid. They are. In fact, if you ask the experts, this is a 2-man race between the Louisville Cardinals and the Kentucky Wildcats, with the Arizona Wildcats running a
Momcilovic.
Milan
Momcilovic.
Now I gotta say it right because I like that. Momcilovic. That feels like it should be in a rap lyric. Don't make me Momcilovic. Boy, I'll come over there and Momcilovic. You ain't nothing.
Wayne Brady gonna have to Momcilovic?
It's Wayne Brady gonna have to Momcilovic. I like that. There's a lot of uses for that last name, and now I'll never forget it. Okay. So, where's the line? Where's the line, Kendrick Cassidy? Just say it. Where's the line? All right. So, is he the missing piece? Is he the missing piece for these 3 teams, or the teams that are in the lead for him, if you will?
Yeah. I mean, he did lead the country in 3-point shooting last season. I think he was like 43%. So,
okay.
Yeah. He's a missing piece for anybody because, Rick's teams, St. John's is in the mix. Rick's teams are a bunch of bruisers, so they need somebody who can shoot.
Well, apparently they're out. They're out.
Yeah, apparently,
they're out.
Yeah. And so I think it's Kentucky, Arizona, and Louisville. I don't know what else Arizona has right now because they lost a lot off of last year's team. So I don't even know what all they have coming.
Did Coy stay in? I don't remember hearing if he stayed in or not.
I haven't seen if Pate stayed in or not. I believe he stayed.
Okay.
And so
did Pate stay in the draft? Well, listen. Sometimes when you're doing it by vocals, it doesn't
Well, help
respond well.
say his name right. It's Koa.
Is it Koa? What did I say? Koi
Koi,
Pete?
like he's a fish.
Because it looks like koi. It looks more like koi than koa.
It's KOA. How's it look?
Yeah, but he stayed in the draft. Okay, so he stayed in. I bet you if you put that pronunciation in front of 17 black people, they say koa.
Right, Koa.
Not what did I say?
You said koi, like koi fish.
Oh, that's where I messed up. That's where I messed up. I got it now. I see. I hear it now. I didn't hear it before. I hear it now.
And for the record, going on how black people are going to pronounce something is not yours.
That's not right. We can't use that. I agree. We can't use that because we will jack up a name for you. Let me just tell you, we will jack up a name for you. But that's the fun of being black. That's part of it. Yeah. That's why we nickname you.
Yep.
We ain't got time to be trying to memorize all your syllables.
Especially doing names these days.
Exactly.
He's making up.
I think he can make a good team better. I don't know if he can make a decent team great.
Yeah, I think he can. Yeah, he can make a good team great, but he can't make an average team great. You have to have pieces around him, and I think I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what all Arizona has on their roster, but I do think Kentucky and Louisville both have the pieces around to make him that final piece. I think the knock on him is he can't really create his own shot.
No, he's catch and shoot.
Yeah. So with the way that both of them are set up, he's going to get catch and shoot opportunities. So they've got guards that can penetrate, and they've got bigs, and so
Moreno coming back was big for Kentucky. That was big.
Yeah,
that was big.
And so you're going to have to double off on some of these guys, and that's going to create open shots for him. And so I do think he can be a great piece for both of those teams. And I said
that game just got really good.
December 12th.
Yeah, that game just got really good. Like at first it was going to be like, but now with Moreno coming back, and if they're able to get Milan, it becomes really, really good. But if not, then it's like,
it's still gonna be a good game.
It'll be a good game. I just don't think the outcome will be what Kentucky fans want, which means you got to listen to Kentucky fans moan and complain, and you know what the word becomes for moan. Complain about Mark Pope, who, by the way, is actually not doing a bad job.
No,
he's just working in a system that none of us have worked in before. Listen, Kentucky fans, if you really want to understand how good your coach is doing, check the temperature of the entire country. It's not going great for a lot of teams.
Oh.
And the main reason is they don't have the money. They just don't have – teams don't have money to go pay players for this thing, which brings us to this other part that I want to talk about. You saw the bill that was introduced in legislation, which, by the way, I think is going to go dead in the water like pretty quickly. But it's not awful.
Mm-hmm.
When you read it, it's not awful. It's 5 years of eligibility. I'm just giving you the bullet points. It's 5 years of eligibility. You maintain the transfer waiver thing if your coach leaves. That stays in context. Coaches have to stay, or I think there's a penalty or something kind of. I think they can't leave during the season, but they have, and there's some kind of configuration of compensation or something that has to take place. So there's some good things in it.
Yeah, you get one transfer without penalty.
Yeah, but there's only one transfer without penalty. Yeah.
But if the coach leaves, that doesn't count against
that. That doesn't count against that. Yeah. So there's some good things in it. I didn't get into the weeds on it because it's 62 pages and I don't have that type of time.
Right.
But I think what usually happens and why these things pass or don't pass is because last time they introduced the bill, the Black Caucus walked immediately away and was like, we're not voting for not only is this not going to make it to the floor, we're not going to vote for this, but it's not even going to make it to the floor. And I think it was wrapped around the Black Caucus walked away because of the compensation issues, which could be the same thing that happens with this. Like, I think nobody has a problem paying players. I think what we have a problem with is the structure of it all, which, by the way, that was another thing that's in the bill. Apparently, there's a pooling type thing that you can do for your conference and allows you to bid certain deals or whatever.
Yeah, I saw there was something in there. Basically, not quite a salary cap, but kind of a salary cap. I think there is some like a limit on the spending.
Right, there's a limit on, or you either the limit is set or you set, your conference sets the limit or something like that. So
basically, it's a salary cap, but
it's not 100% sure if that will help at all, because that just means the max kids are going to get the max salaries. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but it does level it off, because the max kids are going to get the max regardless.
Right.
But I do think it opens up the playing field a little bit for not the 5-star but the 4-star.
Well, I was going to say the bill helps. Well, I don't know if it helps high school kids.
I think
or not. I don't know because
it does, because of the transfer portal part of it.
Right. That's where the balance part comes in. Yeah.
Because I'm arguing with people all the time when they B&M about kids getting paid in NIL. I'm like, NIL is not the problem.
It's not the problem.
The problem is transfer portal.
Yes,
these kids can just go willy-nilly. You got kids going to 4 schools in 4 years, and
there's no accountability to what they made from the last school going to the next school.
Right. And that's why you get a lot of tampering, and you get a lot of people reaching out to these kids while they're still at school, because they can just leave.
Look you, old man.
Because they can just up and leave. And so, that's the transfer portal has been the biggest problem. It's not the NIL. The NIL is what it is. These schools are going to figure out how to pay. They've been paying them for years. I don't know why people
right. This is nothing. This is not actually a new
we just
system.
know how much they're getting.
Right. It's not actually a new system. It's just a legal one. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not new at all. By the way, you saw that the NCAA picked up the Clemson Ole Miss case, and they're investigating it as we speak.
What, tampering?
Mm-hmm. With the offensive lineman or defensive. I don't know if it's offensive lineman or defense. I don't even remember what it was, but they're looking at
dabble on the right side of something.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's madness. And a little bit ironic. A little bit ironic, like, really, you're so.
And the funny thing is like his stance comes from a good place. It's just dated. I'm like, bro, you gotta give it the times. And
I think if he struggles this season, this could be it.
The thing is, I don't think he's gonna struggle this season. I think they're gonna be decent.
We'll see. You said that the last 3 seasons. You're right. You realize that, right?
And they've been decent. They just haven't been good.
Right. Well, if they're going to be what they've been the last 3 seasons, he's going to get fired. That's what I'm saying. They're sick of decent at Clemson. They're sick of that.
I don't trust them. I don't think they will fire him.
I think they will.
To fire. It's hard because I think about that around here. It's hard to fire a coach who basically built the program. Now, granted, Clemson has a long history before him, but their history to where recruits going to know Clemson is him.
It's hard to fire them. It's hard to fire them until you realize that you're being outpaced, and that's when it's not that hard. It's like with Bobby Bowden. Like, that's Bobby Bowden. You don't fire Bobby Bowden until
look how long it took him, though.
Well, look, listen. Let's be clear. It's taken them a long time at Clemson. Like, they're not rushing to fire him, but they are looking at the landscape, going, "Hey, man, we're not even relevant. Like, we're not even." And he doesn't. And here's the reason. Now, let me also say this: he could stop the firing. He could stop it. It's not hard. All he have to say is, "Fine, I'll go into the transfer portal," and all of it would go away. All of that would go away.
I think he did a little bit this season, though.
He got 2 players. Yeah, he got like 1 or 2 players. But I'm saying, dude, you're gonna have to embrace it. You're going to have to. as long as the transfer portal exists, you're going to have to embrace this because otherwise you're not going to win with 5 stars anymore. That is just purely 5 stars and 4 stars. No, not going to happen.
I think because it feels like, and I could be wrong. You correct me if I am wrong. It feels like the ACC has kind of done Clemson effect because when has Clemson played Miami?
When have they played Miami?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm looking it up. I don't remember the last time they played each other.
I don't think they've played Miami. Which, by the way, is probably by design. Probably by design.
It's helping Clemson because Miami, like Louisville, is built on transfer portal kids.
Yes.
And they're basically the toast of the ACC right now.
And it's a loss waiting to happen right now because they're in the game. Miami is in the game. Yeah. Just like Louisville is in the game. I'm going through the schedule right now. Let's go back to start at 2020. Why did I say 2020?
2020.
Maybe that's what it was in my heart. Okay, so they played them in 2020 in the COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, no. In 2022, and that's where the transfer portal went into place, right? 2022 or 2021?
Somewhere in there. It made somewhere in there.
They did play them in 2022.
COVID throws off everybody's timelines.
Yeah, they did play them in 2022. 2023, they played them in 2023 and lost. 2024.
But they do play this year at Clemson.
They didn't play in 2024. So is it every other year maybe?
Did they play last year?
No, they haven't played the last 2 years.
Right. But they do play.
This year they'll play
at Clemson. Okay. October 3rd. And so so it hasn't really been. They haven't really been smacked in the face per se with it.
Right.
Because they haven't really faced the teams that are really prospering from the transfer portal.
Right.
And they played Louisville and Louisville beat them at Clemson.
Yeah. And let me say this.
Last year.
That's going to happen a lot. And then, by the way, let's be real about also this schedule. They got LSU coming out the gate. They got Miami. This actually sets up pretty good for them to have a pretty decent season.
Well, Clemson's still going to, like I said, Clemson's still going to be good. Don't get it twisted.
Well,
they're still going to be in the top 3 or 4.
That's not what you said. You didn't say good. You said decent.
Well, I upgraded to good. How about that?
Okay. Listen, a lot of confidence in you. I'm going to stick with decent. But the schedule is going to allow them to be good.
See, that's all I'm saying.
Well, but we're not saying the same thing. It just sounds like we are. I'm saying they will be. Their schedule and their record will be good, but they won't be. But the team will be decent. I don't think this is a team that's going to be dominant. I think they're just going to be whatever they are.
Yeah,
which is what they've been the past 4 or 5 seasons. Like they're not dominant. They're just. But their schedule, they win games, and then when they play somebody of substance, they get beat.
I think that the way their schedule is set up this year, though, I'm trying to pull it up. The ACC site can be a little bit frustrating. Oh,
I don't ever go unless I'm working strictly for something specific on the ACC site. I never go to that site.
So at LSU opening game, they're not going to win that in Lane Kiffin's
No.
game.
No, they're definitely not going to win that.
Georgia Southern at home, yeah.
Should win.
Carolina at home, most likely.
Should win.
Yeah, I'm gonna let's give them that win. That's because it's at home. It's their first real home game because I'm not counting Georgia Southern as a home game.
Right.
At Cal, it's a 10:30 at night game.
Don't love that. Don't love that because
Cal's supposed to be decent this year, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've retained a lot of their players and they have something to say. The South got something to say, or the West got something to say.
Berkeley. So let's say that's a loss.
Okay.
So where we at? 0-1, 2-1,
No,
2-2.
we're 2-2 now. Miami's a loss.
Miami's a loss. 2-3.
Yes.
Charleston Southern 3-3.
Yes.
Virginia Tech at home. Old boy's first season at Virginia Tech.
You're gonna be ready.
It's homecoming. I'm gonna give that to Clemson.
And I think he's done some good portal work.
He's done a lot of good portal work. This is one of those games to keep an eye on as far as the transfer portal being right in Clemson's backyard. And
Yeah.
no issue with that. I'll give them that win just because it's homecoming and it's at home. 4-3 at Florida.
I'm going to disagree with that one. I think that's hit. Hold on, and I want to disagree with fact and not fodder.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm by October 24th, will that be James Franklin's biggest game to date?
I have to look at Virginia Tech's schedule.
That's where I'm headed right now. I would imagine that's his biggest game. Yes. So yes, because VMI, Old Dominion, Maryland, Boston College, Pittsburgh, California, Georgia Tech, good games, but not the statement game. He's got October 24th. There's 3 games he's got on his schedule that are circled. Clemson on the 24th, Miami on the 21st, and Virginia on the 28th. Because those might be the games that put him in the ACC championship or not.
Okay. Here's the thing, bro.
Okay.
What's James Franklin known for?
Man, that joker will stumble through a big game like a man walking through glass.
That's why I'm gonna give Clemson the win.
No, and I respect that part of what you're arguing. I just think though, who is he stumbling against? That's the other part of this. There's only 2 teams that he couldn't beat. Ohio State, Michigan. They're not in this conference. I'm just saying. I think he does not view.
He doesn't have in year 1 of Virginia Tech though. He doesn't have the level of player he had at Penn State.
He may not need it.
I'm going to get Clemson to win at home.
Listen,
to win at home.
So in your expectation, that puts Clemson at what number?
So right now, let me go back.
For me, it puts him at a different number. So
I think that puts him at 4-3. So see, 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2,
2-2,
2-3,
3-2, 4-2.
Goddamn.
So for you, it puts him at 5-2. For me, it puts him at 4-3.
Hold on. Let me go through game by game again.
Right.
At LSU, 0-1. Georgia Southern, 1-1. Carolina, 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
At Cal, what did we say?
We said that was a loss. Just so the travel.
So that's 2-2.
2-2.
2-3 after Miami. 3-3 versus Charleston. So 4-3 after they beat Virginia Tech.
And so I'm going the opposite. I'm saying 3-4.
Okay.
All right.
So then at Florida State,
they'll win that.
Yeah, 5-3 because Florida State.
They'll win that. Florida State's not.
Games.
Yeah.
So I got 5-3. You're at 4-4. At Syracuse.
It all depends if they have the quarterback. If they finally found their quarterback, then that's going to be a hard game. Because Syracuse has played them tough every year. They just don't have a quarterback.
And they just can't get over the hump.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 6-3.
Yeah.
And you're at 5. Are you going to give them that win?
I give them the win. I give them that.
5. Say I'm at 6-3. You're at 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
Home for Georgia Tech. This is a new Georgia Tech team now without the quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to lose. They're going to win that game.
So I'm at
Georgia Tech is 3 years away from being good again.
Right.
That's usually how it works. Every 2 to 3 years.
You're so right.
Yeah.
You're so correct. And then they'll have a year where they're absolute trash.
Right. It'll be awful. You'll be like, God, this is a terrible team. And then in 2 years, you'll be like, man, they can win the national championship.
Until they play somebody.
Until they play somebody. Right.
So I'm 7-3. You're 6-4.
Yeah.
At Duke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them that. So 8-3 and 7-4.
Which is what they've been.
And in South Carolina at home, you talk about toss them up. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. That one I don't know. I don't know.
South Carolina, because South Carolina was supposed to be good last year.
And it fell apart.
They fell apart. Yeah. But then they still had games where they looked like the South Carolina we expected. Did their quarterback come back? I think he did.
I think he did. Yeah, I don't know. I have not started any college football prep at all. So
I haven't either. So I'm gonna give South Carolina that game.
So they're 8-4.
I got them at 8-4, and
which is what they've been. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And which is why I think it's gonna. If they go 8-4 again,
but hold on.
I can see them getting fired.
They're 8-4, so I know 2 of their losses are non-conference. For me,
right? They're losing the SEC.
And so that gives them 2 losses in conference, would put them right in direct line to be in the ACC championship game again.
Possibly, but there's some. But I haven't looked at all. Well, but I haven't looked at all the schedules though.
Yeah, but with 2 losses, you got to think that they're going to be right in the mix for the ACC championship game, regardless.
But that's not why they hired Dabo to win ACC championship.
Well,
they hired him to win. But to put himself in a national picture,
he's in the. But if he say he messes around and wins the ACC championship with 2 losses, it's not out of the question.
So you're saying Dabo wins the ACC and goes out in the first round.
He's good,
which is what he's done the last whatever. He's good.
I think he's good. I really do.
I disagree. I think
it takes them now. If they're not in the ACC, say if they finish with the record that you said, which I think you had them at 7-5, right? Because I had them at 8-4.
Right.
Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on. Yeah, I got
you. My computer screen went black. So I don't know what happened.
No, you good.
So if they're 7-5, and then I think you have a conversation.
But it's the same conversation. That's the point I'm making. It's the same conversation. Hey, man, we keep getting to the same exact record because you won't get the few players that we need to get us over the hump. That's what the conversation is going to be. And guess what? He's going to say, well, I just feel like Dabo, we are at a crossroads, sir, because we can't keep being mediocre.
And normally I would agree with you with just about any other situation. But with it being Dabo, with him having 2 national championships under his belt,
yes,
it's gonna be a hard conversation to have. I agree with you that the conversation needs to be had.
Yeah,
I'm saying that I totally agree with you there. I'm just thinking about on the other side of it, but the program, like this is the program that Dabo built. He built this. And so I can see why it's hard to get off of it. I get it.
Listen, Bear Bryant built Alabama until he was gone, and then it became Nick Saban's place. Well, right? That's how it works. Eventually,
let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's have an honest conversation about the University of Alabama.
Yeah. I love these. I love these because I know where he's going. Go ahead. Say the quiet part or the unspoken part out loud.
For 20 years between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban, Alabama was just another school in college football. Acting like they have all of this long-standing tradition of being good year in and year out. No, there's a reason why you got Nick Saban. So let's tone down the rhetoric.
What's the quote in Coming to America? He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
Mama call him Clay.
Mama call him Clay. I'm calling Clay. Mama call him Bear. I'm calling Bear. You're not lying about that. That's so true. But that's I think also a part of the conversation as well. Like, at what point do you look at a legend and say, "Hey, man, listen, you got to adapt. You have to adapt."
It's hard, and especially what would probably need to happen. Is what happened. I mean, right here at home at the end of Denny.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
If Bill Olsen was still there, it was a wrap. Denny wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
This was when they brought in Tom Jerry.
But they knew that, and that's why they said, "Hey," which is the path that. I think we were saying the same thing. It's the path that he's got to hope doesn't happen because. It won't be the guy that, matter of fact, I think the guy that hired him just died. I'm not trying to be morbid, but I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure I just read that this week, that the AD that hired Dabo
was he? But was he still the AD?
No, he wasn't AD. But this AD.
How long has this AD been there? That's what I was saying. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, this AD ain't gonna fire him either.
I don't know if this organization would fire him now. If the AD leaves or the president leaves,
well, I think this AD is
comes in.
Yeah. I think this AD is going to get the heat at Dabo. Like, they won't bring it directly to Dabo. It'll be, hey man, your man ain't winning. Like the boosters will go to the AD and say, your man ain't winning. What's up?
And I haven't heard much from the Clemson fan base about it though, because I wonder how hot the seat is with the base though.
I would love to. We need to get a Clemson person on here. I would imagine it's not comfortable. I would imagine it's not comfortable. We'll do that because there's a TV station that's owned by us, the same people that own us, that's in South Carolina that does a Clemson podcast. Yeah,
I'll reach out to them. I'll try to get them on.
I was going to say either that or you can get your Emmy Award winning friend to join us, Katie George. Shout out to Katie George. I'm giving her an early shout out. That was awesome to see her win. I was like, hey, I kind of know her sort of.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, okay, well, cool. Listen, I love to know how hot the seat is. I would imagine it's at least warm. Because
I would think so.
Yeah, fan bases that have won that much are spoiled. And they don't understand not winning. Because
I compare it kind of to with Kentucky with Calipari.
100%.
It's the 100%. Same thing almost. It's like he has one more title. But the cool aspect, because that's one thing about Calipari. You think about it, when we were coming up in high school, how Carolina was the cool school. Well, that about 10-year stretch, Kentucky was the cool school. And so not only did he win a national championship, he made Kentucky again.
Right.
And
it was a brand again. It was a brand.
Yeah. So it was hard for them to come up off of them.
Yeah.
However, the difference, I think, in this situation, though, well, for one, unless Tyson Foods comes and leaves Arkansas and hires Dabo again, because Tyson Foods basically hired Calipari at Arkansas.
Right.
If they do it again, if they buy them off their hands, that's one thing. But Kentucky, I mean, even then, because like Mitch Barnhart hired Calipari, he didn't really want to hire him in the first place.
Right.
He hung on to him and wasn't going to let him go after that last season anyways. They got bailed out.
Well, because going back to the point we just made, there are blue blood teams that are brands. And if the brand is still strong, you can't have losing seasons, but you can have seasons where you underperform, but the brand is still high, which is what Calipari did. Like, the brand was still the brand, and he's still sending guys to the NBA, which means other guys are going to come. So that helped out tremendously in what they were trying to do. Same thing with Clemson. Listen, if you go look at the draft, Clemson sent a lot of guys to the draft.
A lot of guys in the draft this year.
If I'm not mistaken, they sent the most in the ACC.
I believe they did.
Yeah, so the brand is still the brand, sort of, but it's kind of going like this right now. Like, the brand and the winning is kind of like, okay, something's wrong. And it's the transfer report. It's very simple to see what the problem is. Again, all of this whole conversation can go away with him saying one season, if after this season he ends up with the 7-4 or 8-5 record, if he says, hey, you know what? That's on me.
I do think part of it too, and I know this is going to make you happy. Klubnik didn't prove to be what Klubnik was supposed to be.
That doesn't make me happy.
It does make you happy.
It doesn't. I don't want to see a guy fail, but also I knew he was going to fail.
But not happy at all.
I'm not happy about it. Well, because the reality is,
I'm not saying you're happy about him failing. You're happy about the take.
Well, because it wasn't hard. It wasn't as hard as people were trying to make it out to be. Like, everybody was talking about how good he was. I'm like, what film are y'all watching? This kid can't throw. He can't make the throws. None of them. Like, now his run game is solid. So if you want to turn him into a tight end or a wide receiver, be my guest. But he's not efficient enough to be a starting NFL quarterback. He's just not. And a lot of times that's my problem, because I evaluate a lot of times, because I guess my writing started in the pro level, not in the college level, then I'm always looking at talent through NFL eyes. And I shouldn't sometimes. I should take some off and be like, he's a great college quarterback. But I don't. So, I'm a creature of what I am. So, but I and by the way, I don't know how I haven't heard how they replaced him either. Because their backup was not good last year.
Well, you know what? He had one good game, and then they got film on him.
Right.
At the same time, though, last year their offensive line was not.
It wasn't as good as it has always been. That is correct. So, and I'm sure Dabo has done something. Well, I don't know.
They haven't been the same since old boy left for Oklahoma either. Also
true, Brent Venables. You're 100% correct on that as well. By the way, I'm hearing a lot of good stuff. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff out of Oklahoma, bro.
If he can develop any kind of offense.
Well, he had one. Listen, they were starting to kind of pull it together last year, and then old boy hurt his hand.
Yeah, hurt. Yeah. They had him as the Heisman front runner. Even though I
he was,
see that.
And legitimately, because he was balling. He was legitimately balling, but I don't think he was ever healthy the entire rest of that season. He couldn't grip it. He couldn't rip it like he wanted to. But they're saying, I'm hearing a lot of stuff out of the camp saying that he's back to being what he was. And if he is, then they're going to be really, really good. They're going to be sneaky good.
As bad as ACC's website is, Clemson's isn't much better.
Why just go to ESPN? You're making this hard for no reason.
I mean, while you are correct.
You don't have to do it that way. I should have done it that way. You are correct as well. Like, dog, you see me over here struggling, and then you gonna call me out? You're right. You're right. When you said
was it Vizina? Was that who came in last year?
I think so.
It feels like that backup got hurt last year too.
He did. But by the time he got hurt, Klubnik was better, and
Vizina came in.
Yeah.
And he wasn't bad.
He wasn't awful, but he wasn't like great. He wasn't. Yeah, he didn't snatch the position away.
He wasn't mine. I mean, he completed 63% of his passes, had 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. Now he was sacked 4 times.
Yeah.
But
so
at the same time, Klubnik was sacked 17 times.
Oh my God! It was a nightmare.
The offensive line was a huge problem last year.
Yeah, he was running for his life all season.
They didn't even have a 1,000-yard rusher last year.
No, because you didn't have. There was no. Where was there? There were no lanes to run through.
Wow, they didn't have a 1,000-yard rusher or receiver last year.
There was the offensive line could not hold up long enough to do anything. So I'm not blaming Klubnik completely, but I will. But when you go watch the film, which I did, the time that he did have. But again, I guess it's kind of 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other, because the time he did have, I think he was so shook from running for his life the rest of the game, it was in his head. So it just didn't produce a lot of results. And by the way,
I do think if he gets, where is he in? Because did somebody?
He's at the Jets, right? Isn't he with the Jets?
Well, then it's not going to get any
Klubnik and the Jets. Dun, 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 dun. There's something fundamentally wrong with us, and I appreciate it. Yes, he is the backup to Geno Smith. Which, by the way, if he comes in and adapts and learns in a year, he could have this job. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
If they have a couple backups, though, he might be a couple.
There is talent there with Klubnik. I don't want to act like there's no talent. Yeah. There is talent.
That was the point I was trying to get to. That I think he can, if he gets with a team that has a decent offensive line, which he's not, then
no, this is not the answer to his problems.
He's behind Bailey Zappi. I mean, he could get the second string because it's Geno, then it's Bailey Zappi and Brady Cook.
Well, on ESPN, he's listed as number 2.
Yeah.
So,
and he'll get a shot if they made some adjustments to the offensive line. I didn't realize they had Colin Lacey.
Yeah, he's there now. Yeah, Colin went there.
Yeah,
he was a late pick. Yeah. And by the way, I think Colin's for sure going to make that team. If nothing else, he'll be the punt returner.
Yeah, he's the only reason why he fails because of his injuries.
Right. Colin is a steal.
He is a game breaker. And then
100%.
I didn't know they got Jarvis Brownlee too.
Yep. They did.
Yeah.
The Jets low key had a good draft.
Well, Brownlee was he's been in the league. He was with I thought he was with the Saints.
Yeah, I was just commenting on the draft. But
yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so gut feeling on Milan.
I think he's going to go to Kentucky. I think it's either going to be Kentucky or Arizona. I think because one, they have the most money to offer.
Yeah, so it's going to come down to money. You think it's going to come down to money?
Well, I don't think it necessarily comes down to money. Because he says he wants to go to a contender, and so I think Kentucky. Just from what I know that Kentucky has, they're more of a contender than Arizona. I think if it's truly about being with a contender, I think it comes down.
There's a two-man race.
It should be a two-man race. Louisville,
right?
But I'm hearing more and more Kentucky than anybody. But at the same time, a lot of the sources I'm hearing from that are Kentucky sources, and so
right.
So
there may be a bias or whatever.
And like it cracks me up when people are like, "Oh, there's a front runner." It's not a political race. It's like this dude just decides one day.
Right. It's not that difficult in concept.
Yeah, there's not front runners and all that stuff. It's just whatever this dude decides.
I typically only listen to On 3, and there's a couple of guys that are trusted reporters. They can be wrong as well.
Yeah, they can be Kentucky leaning too sometimes too.
But there's a couple of guys that are connected to On 3 that I've grown to trust their thought. If they say it, then it's probably.
Believe it or not, it's a guy within KSR that I trust too. Jack Pilgrim. He's pretty.
Yes,
good.
I know Jack. Yeah.
He's pretty good with this stuff. And so he is extremely Kentucky, but he's usually right about whatever he says. So.
Yeah. I think it's probably the one or the other. I don't think Arizona's for real. I just unless
Arizona's probably a money thing because they probably have more money because they have signed as many players.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. It's
the Bronze kid stay there, or did he transfer? Or what did he do?
I think he stayed. I think he's still on the roster.
I know he redshirted.
Yeah. I think he's still on the roster, which he should have. And by the way, kudos to him for not chasing his daddy's NBA dream.
Right.
Like he understands his journey. He understands where he is. It's okay. Listen, there's no rush for you to go if you're LeBron James' kid to go anywhere and do anything.
No. The thing was, though, is I'd always heard that he was supposed to be better than Bronny in the first place.
I still believe that, if I'm being honest. Like
he's got more size for sure.
He's got more size, and there's things that I've watched him do that I think he does better than Bronny right now. But obviously Bronny being in the environment that he has been in has gotten better. But let me be very clear also. Bronny had a good year.
Yeah.
He looked a lot better this year than he did last year.
Yeah.
So now he's starting to look like an NBA player. Now, I don't know. I think his dad is going to stay one year. I think his dad, people think that we haven't got to the Press and Pros NBA part of this, but I'll go ahead and sneak this out right now. People think that the LeBron decision is solely about where he wants to finish his career.
Mm-mm.
I think
it's family.
It's about his family, and also how he can continue to set his young man, his son up for success. So
and also, it's about Ziri.
Yeah. Yes.
She's got her friends and all of that, and she's got her life out in LA too, and so. Do you want to make her pick up and move, or are you going to leave them behind to go and play a year? Which, I mean, it's not out of the realm, but
I think LeBron.
I don't think the family's leaving LA regardless
at all. That's what I've been saying from day one. I think that's a game of chicken that him and Rich are trying to play, and I don't think the Lakers. I don't think this administration is going to buy that. I think they're going to come to LeBron once they feel very good about the comprehensive plan that they're trying to put together. Because right now, let's just do this. We're at the Press and Pros now. Fine. We're done. No more ACC talk. I think they're at a place where they're saying, here's our Giannis plan, here's our losing Austin Reeves plan, but here's our ultimate plan. And all three of those have weird strings. right? And some of the strings include LeBron, some of the strings don't. But LeBron will have to decide. I don't think it's going to be as much as we want you back, as much as it will be, here's what we're trying to do. You know where you are. If you want to be a part of this, this is great. We'd love to have you at this price. But we're not going to overpay. And it's no disrespect to you. It's just that if you're as serious about your legacy as you say you are, this is how we're going to get you there. Yeah,
we have to structure our salary cap. Because that's been the thing, though, because they were talking about the possibility of him going back to Cleveland and bringing in Giannis on that team, which I'm like, that's not possible. I don't see how that's possible. But they said that he's not giving a hometown discount, and so
to Cleveland, right?
To which on the surface, it's like, if you want to be a legacy, you should give a discount. Blah blah blah. No, because remember how they treated him when he left the first time?
100%, and that and
owe them anything.
100%.
I would have gone back. I you know what? As much as I criticize LeBron, I give him credit because there's no way on earth I could have gone back to that organization after the way they treated him. But he wanted to bring his hometown. It was bigger
than that for him.
It was bigger than that, and he was the bigger man in the situation. But at this point,
absolutely not. Y'all gonna pay me my full $50-60 million if I come over there and play. But the problem is that happens. There's no Jared Allen. Probably there's no Evan Mobley, and there's definitely no Giannis.
Because they already committed to James Harden,
which is crazy. But I'm not mad at James Harden. I would be very clear because James,
whoever his agent is,
James is due $42 million, and this is probably his last $42 million. So I'm not mad at him at all.
I get all 42 of you.
I'm getting every dime.
I ain't mad at him a bit for that.
I'd like for us to win the championship. That'd be great. But also, I'm not leaving $42 million on the table.
Right. And they were the ones who did that. That's just not his fault.
Right. They thought they had a guy who could help them get over the hump. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I don't think he can. There's no indication that he can. But I get it. I definitely get it.
Because and then watching them on the court together, I just don't see how that works anyway. Just because of the style of play between James and Donovan.
Let's talk about that right now. So since we're at the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference has been decided. It's orange and blue skies. Charlie Ward is over the moon. If you look at our group text, he's a very happy man. Very happy man. Thrilled. And he's thrilled today because his other team looks like they could pull it off as well. We'll get into that in a minute. But let's talk about Cleveland first, since we're already there. The shocking part about that series for me was that they ultimately quit the last two games. I didn't expect that. Now, some people are going to criticize James Harden and how inefficient he was. But there's another criticism, and I hate to do this because I love him. But you got to also lay some criticism at Donovan's feet. And here's why. And you say, I know people saying, yeah, but he had 31 points in the last game. He did. But who else had points? That's the problem. Donovan can score whenever he wants to. He has done that in Utah. He's done that here. He is a bucket. But there's something, but Wembanyama said something after game 5 that is critical to where Donovan Mitchell is. I have to figure out how I can make these guys better. And that's the part of leadership that Donovan has not quite grabbed hold of. He doesn't understand it's not just enough for you to put your numbers up. You got to figure out how to put so much pressure on a defense that these guys are shooting open shots and they feel like they can make those shots.
And it's a respectable criticism. I can listen to that, Chris. I can agree with that.
Yeah. But
to play devil's advocate and push back on the other side, though. Look at his teammates. Mobley,
I agree.
Mobley, you don't know what you're getting night in and night out.
100%. He may not be the answer.
Yeah, because I wonder about him mentally. and confidence wise, because like you look at his face, I mean, his body language is awful sometimes.
It is. It's really bad.
And Jared Allen is kind of like that too. And so
Jared Allen,
I give Jared Allen a little bit of a pass because he's not really an offensive player.
Right.
He gets his points from putbacks. So he's a rim runner. So I don't put as much of it on him. But like Mobley,
well, hold on with the Jared Allen thing, because I'm gonna speak from. I'm not a president. I'm just a lowly member of the Big Man Alliance. But I'll say this: he still got to do his job, and that's the problem with Jared Allen. And I agree with Charles Barkley. From a talent perspective, Jared Allen should be getting way more points than he gets. He should accidentally get 10 and 10. He should accidentally get that just on putbacks, rim runs, and that type of thing. Right. But there should be also another 8 to 10 points that he should be able to get because he's worked on his offensive game. And
there's no reason why he shouldn't average 19 and 12.
That's all I'm saying. Like, why are you not? And by the way, that would be the difference in winning or losing, because if Evan did his job and Jared did his job and Donovan was efficient, Donovan should not just get 31 points, but he should also have 6 assists.
I think, and like I'm saying, that's kind of what my pushback is.
Yeah,
is
that's fair.
It's like because sometimes Donovan's like, screw it, I have to score because none of these other clowns are showing up. Because like Mobley is supposed to be the 2. It's supposed to be Donovan 1, Mobley 2, James Harden 3.
James Harden 3, right?
Well, when your number 2 doesn't show up and playoff James Harden is a train wreck.
Number 3 is non-existent.
Right. So then Jared Allen, who's not supposed to be a go-to guy in the first place, he's a rim runner and a putback guy. What else are you going to do?
I don't disagree with that at all.
Because I think talent-wise, Mobley is as good as any big in the league. He is talent-wise.
I think he can be. Yeah, I agree. But something is wrong. I agree with you.
And he's not a number 2. He is a third option, I think.
And it is
Mobley is a third option Mobley as a third option on a team, on a good team. It's probably a championship caliber team. Think Mobley as a third option with the Celtics.
There'd be a whole different team. Yeah,
right.
Be a whole different team.
Right, but as a number 2 option, I don't know.
He's a Timu Julius Randle. Because Julius is gonna get his buckets. Now he can't defend one quarter, but
that's the difference. Mobley may or may not get his buckets.
That's my point. but they're equally as talented. They're equally as talented. In fact, I'd argue
maybe a little bit more talented.
I was just gonna say, I'd argue that, and he can go to his right.
He has more than just a spin move.
Yeah.
so I think if Cleveland is going to improve, since they're stuck with James Harden, and actually, I think Kevin can become a restricted free agent if he wanted to. I think
James should opt out,
but like James ain't opting out $42 million. I think Donovan. Let's just play the scenario that Donovan's definitely coming back. You stuck with James Harden. I think the only way to improve this roster is to maybe come up off Mobley.
Yeah,
either Mobley or Allen. I think you're going to get more for Mobley. So maybe that's the trade that gets them Giannis. But at the end of the day, Giannis has to want to go there.
So you go Mobley and who else?
Jared Allen.
Just trade all the bigs away.
Yeah, because you're getting a big. You're getting the best big. You're getting the big that's better than both of them anyway.
Yeah.
So you can
Donovan Giannis is not bad at all.
Mm-mm. And even because then Harden's definitely the 3, the third option.
Talk about real quick. What you thought about the Knicks, man.
It's fun. It's so fun. It's fun to watch Madison Square Garden when the Knicks are relevant. To me, it's still funnier to watch them when they're losing. But when they're relevant, there's nothing but better to watch on just on television than the atmosphere of Madison Square Garden.
No question.
And they are playing the best basketball. I mean, statistically, they're playing basketball and playing the best basketball in the history of the league. But right now, I think I think there's a little bit of overhypeness, a little bit with ESPN's coverage, and should they be favored in the NBA final? They're not going to be favored over either one of these two teams, the Spurs or the Thunder. But I do think it's going to be a great series. It's going to be a better series than I had originally anticipated, because I didn't think that anybody in the East was going to be able to compete with the Spurs and the Thunder. But the way Karl Anthony Towns has become more of the focal point of the offense, because they're still hyping it up as all Jalen Brunson's the best player on the team. I love Jalen Brunson. I think he's great, but I do think Cat is probably the number one option, probably is the best player on the team. And so I think he can carry them to a couple of wins, especially in New York. Now, I think their chances are better against the Spurs than they are against the Thunder, because the Spurs have Wemby, but outside of that, guarding Cat, there's not really much there back there who can really defend Cat if Wemby's not in the game. With the Thunder, though, they can come with Hartenstein and with Chet Holmgren. So defending Karl Anthony Towns is a little bit easier, which is the reason why the Thunder, I think they've won like 8 straight games in Madison Square Gardens or something crazy like that. They haven't lost to the Knicks in years. And so that's why I think the Thunder is tougher matchup for the Knicks. But I think the Spurs, Knicks, I think you get a best. I think the Thunder are a little bit too much for the Knicks, but
you think the Thunder are? Wow.
Especially see Hartenstein coming back to Madison Square Garden, because, like I was saying, I think the Thunder have won like 8 straight games in MSG or something. They haven't lost to the Knicks in years.
But they haven't played this version, which is
they have not played this version of the Knicks. But the reason why I think they can hang with, reason why I think it's a bad matchup for the Knicks, though, and the Thunders and the Spurs are a better matchup, is the Thunder can come at Cat with both Holmgren and with Hartenstein, whereas the Spurs can only come at him with Wemby. And if Wemby gets any kind of foul trouble, if Wemby, it's you don't have any backup if Wemby can't perform for whatever reason.
I want to agree with you in wholehearted fashion that the Knicks are not in position to win this thing, except, man, they're playing some of the best basketball we've seen.
They are. They really are.
All time. And I'm gonna tell you something. I know Becky Hammond said little people can't win games, but this dude sure seems like he's built to win games. And he's cut from the Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry mold. He may be that guy.
It still cracks me up that they put Steph Curry in this conversation. Steph's almost 6'4".
Well,
people don't realize how big Steph really is.
Don't mess up a good narrative, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, we need to.
But like I said, Brunson's getting a lot of credit, and he deserves a lot of credit. But it's so weird how much credit he gets when everybody acknowledges that the turnaround came when they put the ball in Cat's hands. And so,
100%.
And
by the way,
he's just keeping up the narrative.
And by the way, one to your point that you made earlier, you are 1,000% correct. Pulling Wembanyama away from the basket, which is what you would have to do to nullify Cat, is the cheat code. Mm-hmm. Because if he can't roam the lane, then you've got a fighting chance, right?
Yeah, and you got to deal with Cat putting the ball on the deck, which can draw fouls on Wemby.
Draw fouls, and then a 2-man game between Brunson and Cat could give Wemby some problems, because he's got to pick his poison. And Bronson is so sneaky good at getting to the basket and seeing angles and getting into the angle and
finishing inside.
Man.
I think that's the most underrated part of his game, is how well he finishes inside. That's one of the underrated aspects of Steph's game. There was a season or two that he led the league in percentage inside the lane, and Jalen Brunson is just as good at finishing in the lane at his size. That's what's so impressive about Jalen Brunson.
I give them more than a puncher's chance.
I do too. I do too. At first, I didn't. At first, I didn't. I was like, "There's no way," but now, I give him a shot. Now, but at the same time, though, there's nothing funnier than watching the Knicks lose.
Well, listen,
because the New York fans.
I was gonna say we have grown accustomed to New York Knick misery, and New York Knick misery is only rival to Cowboy misery. If I'm being honest, like they're on the same page. They are. You know they are. Come on, stop. Don't do that. You know that they are. You know that they are. Forget your Cowboy fandom.
Right.
Okay. Right. Forget your Cowboy fandom, right? Listen, I got my own set of problems, right? So I don't want to hear about yours.
You definitely do.
Right. I want to hear about yours right now. I got my own set of problems. But I think I may root for the Knicks in this one. I may root for the Knicks because I'm very.
There's a reason why I can't, and the reason why I can't because I really do like this team. Karl Anthony Towns, I cover.
I like Karl.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
As nice as guys. I mean, they're an easy team to root for. I love Jalen Brunson. Jason Hart cracks me up.
Yes.
I can just his facial expressions, the crazy stuff he says in press conferences. I love that dude. Covered OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
The reason I can't root for the Knicks. I've got a buddy, and you see me talking to him.
I know who you're talking about. Yes,
my buddy Michael Brown. He's a long-suffering Knicks fan. We went to high school together. If the Knicks win, he's also a Steelers fan. So
he just likes misery.
So he's going to be insufferable if they win. And so I can't have that in my life.
Well, let me say this.
I need his misery to keep going.
Well, let me say this, and this may help you a little bit. I have a friend who's a long-standing Eagles fan, and right, and I never had to worry about them because they, for years they sucked and they didn't matter. So I was like, I never had to worry about it until I did.
Right,
but it turned out okay. He wasn't as bad as I thought he would be. So I was like, okay.
Mike is going to be insufferable.
He will be. No, it's no question.
Love him to death. That's my dog. He's going to be insufferable. Now, my buddy Keith Bavaro that used to work at WLKY with me, he's a lifer, New Yorker. He lives in Florida now. He's a life New Yorker. Loves his Knicks. Right. He won't be insufferable. He'll be perfectly fine. I'll be happy for Keith.
Right.
Mike, on the other hand, no. But I think it's going to be a great series regardless. I think he goes at least 6, if not 7. This news now that Mitchell Robinson had surgery on a broken pinky.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, he can't shoot anyway, so it's not going to affect anything. It might affect. It was on right or left hand, that part, because it can affect rebounding.
Right.
But it's not going to affect his free throw shooting.
No. No. That won't matter. That won't matter at all.
Some of his free throws come off his hand. I'm like, we might need to duck.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I thought Shaq was bad. I see Shaq put some bricks up.
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
Mitchell Robinson
right there. He's right there.
Coming off the hand. I mean, it's like a shot.
Oh boy,
that's like jet propulsion.
I call this free throw shooting crapshoot because that's what it is. Like,
it's crazy that he's the longest tenured Knick.
It is, isn't it? It is. He's been there long. He's been there through.
Because I think he's in his 6th year. 6th, because he came in with Kevin Knox. So
yeah.
I think it's 6 years. It's crazy that Kevin Knox is out of the league.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the Knicks. I like what they have. I like what they've done. I like that Jalen Brunson has proved everybody wrong. Because when they signed him, everyone's like, "You gonna pay that much to this guy? This is all Leon Rose, and this is all Brunson's father, and Worldwide West. They don't know what they're doing, and now they're in the NBA Finals."
One person not to question is Worldwide West on anything. Let's not question what that man does. But
Kentucky fans should have spoke up first.
Mm-hmm. But then you look at the Mavericks. You had Brunson and Luka. He let both of them walk away. It was somebody else in that mix too.
That's the part to me that's more so why Nico should have been fired than anything. Like, not only did you let go of Luka, but when you really look at Nico's tenure, it is very, very clear he didn't know what he was doing. Very, very clear. Like, you've got an old injured Kyrie. You've got you let Luka go, and then you let Jalen Brunson walk for nothing. Those three things alone are enough you should never touch an NBA GM job ever again. But on behalf of the Lakers, appreciate it. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Great job. Okay. What are we doing here? I got some other stuff that I want to talk about. Oh,
we're doing other stuff.
The Western Conference. We got to talk about the Western Conference.
It's another example of why playoff coverage always cracks me up.
Talk to me.
Okay, and Monica McNutt somewhat called it out the other day. I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
Because after the Thunder beat the Spurs in Game 5, they're on ESPN, Michael Wilbon, all of them. And I love Michael Wilbon, but they're all Wemby's wearing down. They're gonna lose the series because Wemby's wearing down. Blah blah blah. That's all they kept talking about is how tired Wemby is. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, they're gonna win Game 6, and you're gonna be talking about how great Wemby is again. And Monica McNutt basically all that out. She's like, I expect the Spurs to win Game 6 because whoever has lost the game before comes out crazy the next game, and that's how this series is gone. This is how it's gonna go. And I'm like, yeah, that's like. Even they were like, we think the Spurs are going to win Game 6. So I'm like, why are we doing this? Sky is falling. Oh, my gosh, what's wrong with Wim? It was one game, and it was in San Antonio. It was in Oklahoma City, and that's how this series has gone the whole time. And the game is officiated vastly different in Oklahoma City than it is in San Antonio. So can we please, before Game 7, please get Tony Brothers to sign his retirement papers. Like, it's time, bro. Like, oh my God. First of all, he's become a curmudgeon. Like, he's just angry all the time. He's always been angry.
Well. It's worse now. It seems like it's worse now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And it's time, bro. Like,
the NBA has got to do something about, because it's hard as an NBA fan to argue that these games aren't scripted, because the officiating is so much different from venue to venue.
Yes.
The home team gets such a different whistle in every game, and it's like it's hard to defend it. And it's like they've got to do something about this. Game 5, Shea shot 17 free throws. Yeah, that was double. The only person that shot as close to that was Wembanyama, who shot 12. And by the way, he should have shot 17, maybe 20 free throws. But it becomes almost an unwatchable game if you do that. Like last night, at least the game was competitive and it felt balanced. It felt balanced. But like the difference, like you said, Shea only shot 3 free throws last night. And should have. Like, he wasn't very good last night. I mean, if we're being real, Shea's only had a couple of games the whole playoffs. Like a lot of, because he didn't play well against the Lakers. No, he didn't. And so, yeah, how you go from 19 free throws? They had 2 because hold on, that's not right. He had 17 free throws, 16 to 17 free throws in one game, and then 3 for 3 in the next game. Yeah, and it's not like Shea's game is different. Shea plays the same game. He doesn't, because let me see, because that game where he had 17 free throws, he was 2 of 3 from 3. Yeah. In last night's game, he was. Hold on, that's still that game. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna give you 3. I'll give you 10. Whatever, how many seconds you need, that's what I'm gonna give. And last night's game, he was 0 of 5 from 3. So it's not like he took that many more threes to not be getting to the line. He still took 18 shots in the game. So obviously he's still going to bed. He's still playing the same game. Why is the free throw differential so much different? Yeah, I don't know. Than it is at home. I'll say this. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I'll say this. One of the things, and shout out to Stephon Kelsey for defending himself.
He said after game 5, if I'm allowed to play the same defense that they're allowed to play, we'll have the series that everybody wants to see, and we'll be able to compete. And so last night they let him play actual defense, and he was able to get up into Shea. He was able to contest. He was able to be a little bit physical, but not too physical to where it was fouling. And guess what? The game reflected it. And all of the games that they've won, if he's allowed to be who he is, Shea isn't, to quote Brian Windhorst, Shea has been in hell. It has not gone well, and I think that's more the reality than what you're talking about, where these games are so egregiously different when they're in OKC and they're getting such favorable whistles. I think it's more what you're seeing in the losses than it is what you're seeing in the wins, and so that's why. So I don't know. So I guess it will all come down to how this game is going to be officiated tomorrow night. If it's officiated the way that it should be officiated, where it's equality on both sides, I don't see how. Because let me tell you something that I also took away from this game. There is a strong Debo-like effect in the heart of Chet Holmgren. He is shook. I've not seen a man so shook, and now he's just shook by everybody. Because last night, Vassell had a block on him and stared him down.
Pushed him down.
And so I'm saying, dude, you got to tighten up because your team, y'all not winning without you. And that's no disrespect to Isaiah Hartenstein, but he's a one-trick pony. And so
at the same time, Chet can't let that man push him.
Well,
he lets them push him around. And it's been multiple times when when Wemby bumped him going to the bench and all that stuff, and Chet doesn't say anything. I'm like, man, you gotta stick up for yourself.
By the way, did you see that the internet's undefeated, and also Cameron's undefeated. Did you see that at the end of game 5? Because Mason Plumlee got hit with the flagrant one. But did you see that there was video out of Wembanyama going to Mason and Bismarck Biyombo and saying, "You got to foul them." I was like, oh. First of all, I got to work on your silence game. But also,
that's the reason why LeBron does that.
Yeah. Pull your jersey up so you won't get seen. But also, we're targeting now.
Wemby is what this league needs more than just basketball skills.
I love
Wemby is a dog. Don't get it twisted.
He is. Don't let that smile. Don't let the little French smile fool you.
Yeah, and the soft spoken in interviews and stuff.
I love the interview. Did you see the interview last night?
No.
I love it. Shout out to Lisa Salters who handled it. Not Lisa Salters. I'm sorry. This is not on ABC. Zora Stevens, I think is her name. Shout out to Zora Stevens who handled it very well. But it was like, so what do you guys have to do to win this game? We just got to keep doing what we win game 7. We just got to keep doing the things we did tonight. Thank you. And walked off. I say, we're walking off now. We're walking off now.
Well, he didn't even talk to reporters after they lost
after game 5. But I kind of like Petty Wemby. I'm feeling that a little bit.
If he does it, I like it if he doesn't win or lose. If he only does
right. I want you to be consistent. Yeah, be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent with it. Because if you just do it after you lose, then you just look like a baby.
What do you think is going to happen in game 7?
I think the Thunder will win.
You think the Thunder are going to get the home cooking and it'll be over?
I didn't say that. I just think they're going to win. I do think right now that they're just a tick better than the Spurs, just a tick. And so by saying that, that's why I think I'm not ruling the Spurs out, but I think the Thunder, especially if Jalen Williams is completely healthy.
He's not.
But if he's healthy enough to play. Is what I mean.
He'll play. He played last night. And he wasn't good.
I know. At this point, if I'm the Thunder, I think I may just set him down for the season. But I think at home, the Thunder can get that win. I think the Thunder win the game.
I think that if the Wembanyama that showed up in game 1, who came solely for the purpose of kill, that's it. I'm just going to kill you guys. You can't stop me. There's nothing you can do. I don't care about the minutes. I'm going to give you everything I got for the. And by the way, it makes sense that he would, because guess what? Tomorrow's the 30th. The series the finals doesn't start to June 3rd. So that's enough rest for a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
That's plenty of rest for a 22-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he says, Coach, I'm playing, and he comes out aggressive with intent, with, like the Warriors used to say all the time, with force, I don't see a path for the Thunder beating him. I just don't. Because when he's forceful, when he is himself, they don't have any answers. And by the way, what it also does is that it gives everybody else permission to do it as well. Because that means Stephon Castle's going to be forceful. That means Harper, by the way, De'Aaron Fox, I hope you're renting, because I think you're going to be out of a job next year. I feel like Dylan Harper. Oh my God, he's so good. And then guess what? His backup is going to figure it out. Carter Bryant he's got talent. So it's like they got all the pieces, man. And I think if they decide we're not going to let you beat us, Wembanyama says, I'm not going to let you beat me. I don't know, because that Isaiah Hartenstein can't stop that. And Chet Holmgren definitely can't stop that. So it depends on what Wembanyama is allowed to play tomorrow. If
it depends.
I think it's over. I really think it's over.
I think it comes because I think Wemby can come out and do all that. But if Shea is doing what Shea can do, and he is drawing fouls, which he's going to draw fouls, I think I give the edge to the Thunder. But it's a small edge, so I'm not saying that it's impossible.
Yeah, this is definitely a pick 'em. We're not, no hyperbole here. This is a pick 'em.
Right. Yeah, but, really truly, I'm going with the Thunder because they're at home. If this game was in San Antonio, I'd pick the Spurs.
100%. I totally understand that. I just think this kid, like you said, has something different. It's just different, and he don't want to play by your rules. He's not interested in your history. He's not interested in your rites of passage. Now, having said that, if they play the Knicks, I think the Knicks will win. because while you can have that thought process, there is a rite of passage.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the Spurs are a better matchup for the Knicks. Which is the reason why the 100%. Knicks, I think they either split or the Knicks may have won both games.
I think they split. It was 1-1. Yeah, it was 1-1. So I agree with you.
I give the Knicks a better chance against the Spurs.
I love a game 7. Oh my God, I love a game 7
when it lives up to it. Because sometimes game 7.
Sometimes it doesn't. You're right. But boy, when it lives up to it, it's legendary. Like I still get chills about the Portland Lakers game 7. That was one of the best and greatest game 7s of all time. Yeah. Even though for Laker fans, we were dying. It was like that third quarter was brutal. They went up 15. We were like, man, I can't believe this. We're really gonna lose to these guys
at home.
And then it was like, nah, we're not. It worked out really well. So yeah, game 7 tomorrow night should be a good time. We had any more NBA news? Is there anything? I'm sad to see what's happening to Terry Rozier. That is, man, you gotta call your friends and
what's the latest on it?
Yeah, he's basically been indicted for bribery. They're going to charge him with bribery, and
did he try to bribe somebody?
Well, it's a combination of bribery / faking. I mean, going out of the games. I mean, it's a weird. I got the charge. It's just It's hard to understand the whole thing because I don't. I'm be honest with you. I don't love talking about it because I love Terry. He's such a good kid. I was there covering when you were, and I hate that this is even happening to him. But also,
he agreed. The federal prosecutors alleged that Terry Rozier agreed to a $100,000 bribe in order to manipulate his performance in an NBA game as part of a gambling scheme, and filed 2 new charges against him on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I hated for him too. He was one of my favorite kids to cover when he was at U of L. He was always funny. He was always good to the media. He was always nice to us. I used to pick on him because he played volleyball when he was a kid, and I just called him Coach Kira all the time. And he was always like, "Man, why you always pick on me about volleyball?" I was like, because it's just you don't usually hear about kids from Akron, Ohio, playing volleyball." So, but yeah, it's tough to see. Hopefully that he's exonerated. I hope he is. I hope they don't that he didn't do it, but it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. Yeah, it's not looking good. But just pray for the kid, man. Pray for him and Chauncey, and it's a rough situation.
It is annoying that you're only hearing about young black men involved in the situation, but you're not hearing any names of the mafia people who are involved.
Right. This is not just but that's where the sensationalized media takes over. Like, again, man, unfortunately, our business has become more hot take than it has become actual journalism. And that's sad. But it's reality. So, but we won't be doing that here. Like somebody asked me this week, they said, you don't talk about like certain things like the Mike Vrabel Rossini thing, stuff like that. Why don't you talk more about that? And I'm a jokester, so the joke is always going to be there. And I'm probably going to make the joke about it. But at the same time, man, that man and that woman have kids. There are kids involved in this. There are families that are suffering through this. This is not a small situation, and it's really, really messy. And by the way, it happens all the time. It's only sexy because it's the head coach. Right. It's only sexy because it's the head coach of the Patriots and they got caught. And so, but it happens all the time. And it's not, that's just not the kind of podcast I've ever wanted. I'm not interested.
And like, I don't get into people's personal business. That's
not like that. Yeah, not like that.
Yeah, I like to keep it on the field and on the court.
The only time I want to talk about it is when it affects what's going on the basketball court, then or on the football court. Then all of a sudden, why are you grinning? You just started grinning.
Because I got an email that was funny. I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Okay, I can't wait. I love the emails. All right, but it was amazing grin. That's why I brought it up. All right. Let's get into some of the rest of the stuff that's going on in Americas. Hey man, I've been hearing a lot of stuff as I prep for the NFL season. As I start the prep for the NFL season, been hearing a lot of stuff coming out of Minnesota.
Out of Minnesota, that Kyler's going to win the job?
I don't even think he's going to win it. I think it's a done deal. I don't think JJ has a prayer.
I thought that when the moment they signed.
I don't think he has a prayer. Excuse my language, but I don't think he has a prayer in hell. I just like he could ask the devil, but I think that even the devil's going to reject it. Like it's not good, man. Because here's the problem. Justin loves him. I'm hearing Justin loves him. Jordan loves him.
The thing is with Kyler Murray is he's good at throwing the deep ball. So of course Justin loves him.
He is. And also there's some other little intangible things that he brings. And I think it appears that he's learned whatever lessons he didn't learn in Arizona, he has learned those for Minnesota. So far. Now it's still early. They hadn't even put pads on yet, but it's going well. And I think, and it was so funny to hear J.J. McCarthy say, well, I mean, it's not awkward. He's sitting on one side of the room, and I'm sitting on the other side of the room, and we're just trying to figure it out. I said, dude, that's the definition of awkward. Like, that's literally what awkward is.
The fact that y'all on separate sides of the room.
Right, that's literally what awkward is. Like, not even, I get it. It's a competition, and you're in a competition, but it's not really a competition. You're about to lose your job. But some other people are going to lose their job. Or maybe they're going to lose their job. I don't know. For example, do you think Tua is going to take Michael Penix's job? I don't know what the advantage of Tua is, by the way.
I tell you who's winning in that situation. The healthcare industry.
100%.
The team doctors.
1,000%. The team doctors the trainers are going to eat well. Get your blue tents ready because they are going to need them. They should put their names on them at this point.
I think health. If let's say they're both healthy for 2 or 3 games.
If they're both healthy, this is a great situation.
I think I lean Tua if they're both healthy. Everything level playing field between the two of them. I think I lean Tua because when he's been healthy and has had the weapons around him. I mean, this is 2 or 3 years ago when the Dolphins was really rolling.
Right.
Before he started having all the concussions in that season, but they was really playing really well. And so if just saying level playing field, both of them coming in healthy, I think I lean Tua.
If they can both stay healthy, this is actually maybe the greatest scenario for quarterback room that you can have because you truly have 2 quarterbacks who can play at a pretty high level. And if one of them gets hurt, or inevitably when one of them gets hurt, you will still have you should still have the same quality level of play. So that's a really good situation to be in if you're Atlanta. However,
who's the third string?
Just saying. It's
third string. Oh God.
As much as it could be great, it could be a total and complete disaster. They're all injured.
Want to hear who the third?
I would love to hear who the third string is. Oh
it's
God.
A toss-up.
Oh God.
Between 34 Trevor Siemian, who's older than both of them, and rookie Jack Strand out of Minnesota State Moorhead.
That's not good. That's not a good. Trevor Siemian has never really been good, has he? Like he's just had subpar everything.
Trevor Siemian wasn't that good at Northwestern.
He wasn't. I don't know how he got in the league other than he's just really smart. I'm sure he's really smart. He'll probably make a great offensive coordinator someday. But he wasn't he has not been a great NFL coach. So NFL player. So
he's 34 years old. One, I'm stunned that he's that old.
Listen.
And
stay in there and get those millions as long as you
get it. And he's got the best job in America, backup quarterback.
1,000%.
But the other thing is, what are you all doing when you have 2 very injury-prone quarterbacks and your third string is 34 years old?
You're trying to lose at that point. What else would you be doing except trying to lose? That's not a recipe for success. So. What about Arizona?
Quick shout out to my boy Vinny Anthony. He's on that roster.
He's on the team. Okay, there you go. What about Arizona? Jacoby Gardner and Carson Beck.
Carson Beck's got a good chance of winning that.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he does not. Carson Beck's not going to win that job. Not this year.
Well, here's the thing. Speaking of people who are oft injured, Jacoby's going to get hurt.
and so well to that point, so is Gardner Minshew. So
right.
He won't win it, but I'm not saying
he's not going to win it. He's not going to win it. He's not going to win it, but he's going to play.
He's 1,000% going to play. That's going to happen. What about over in here's one that's interesting. The Colts they're not actually cutting so far Anthony Richardson. In fact, he is listed as the number 2. They gave him permission to go seek a trade, but he hasn't sought it, and also he's listed as the number 2.
Well, probably nobody wanted to trade for him.
Well, right, but they've not cut him either. Because if you cut him, you're not losing a lot of money. It's not like you paid him a lot of money.
Yeah, but when you're back, your second option is Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
And there still could be a trade before the season starts.
Listen, with all due respect, and this is going to sound like hate because of what I've been traumatized with. I don't know if you should be cutting Anthony Richardson. I think you got to see if the kid has something left, and because you're saying that you believe 1,000% in Daniel Jones. You believe in that because it started out good last year, but when it was bad, it was really bad. Which is what
in his defense,
Giant fans.
in his defense, it was after an injury. He got hurt.
He did, but also
they had Phillip Rivers and Fat
to
Phillip
that
Rivers.
point. To that point, that's what Giant fans have dealt with his entire career. He's going to get hurt. It's not as publicized as some other injuries, but he's going to get hurt. That's what he does. And Daniel Jones is a contestant on Love Island. When you see him walk down the thing in his draws, you like, women go, wow, this guy's amazing. And then he opens his mouth and starts talking. You're like, oh my God, this is who you are. That's Daniel Jones when he plays. It's like it looks physically, he has all the stuff. And he can make some of the throws until he can't. And then it's bad. And it goes off a cliff real fast.
I mean, I can't dispute anything you're saying because you're speaking from experience. And I'm speaking from the side of the experience that enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it, right.
But I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because he did start out so well last year. He was playing well until he got injured. And like I said, I'm with you, though. There's no way I would cut. But the problem with Anthony Richardson is
he quit.
Well, but aside from that.
That's a big part of it.
Big picture. What's wrong with him is he doesn't have reps. He didn't play that many games in college.
That's the
I was
other
surprised that he went so high to begin with. And so that's on them.
Because he looks the part too. He looks the part too. Yeah.
Yeah, and he can throw the ball a mile.
Yes, he can.
But the only way he's going to get better is with reps, and you can't give him reps when he can't beat out Daniel Jones. And so
Daniel Jones is on the field right now, and he's playing or he's throwing, but Anthony Richardson is healthy. So if I'm Anthony Richardson, between now and July, the starting training camp, by the time training camp starts, you need to look like a completely different quarterback.
You have to grow up.
You got to grow up, kid. And speaking of growing up, there is also one more battle going on, and it's almost unbelievable to have this conversation, but this is real. Deshaun Watson is still in the mix in Cleveland. It's stunning that we're having this conversation, but the reports are saying now. I don't know if I believe them because it feels more like there's people that don't want Shedeur to be the guy because they don't like who he is. But at the same time, I have not heard the coach.
They don't like Shedeur over what he is, so they're pumping up Deshaun Watson for what he really is.
Right. Which is crazy. Because here's a guy who has done some things where you go, whoa, man, that's the face of your franchise. And here's a kid who his only flaw is that he's confident. And he's got so much money that he doesn't have to play by your rules. That's his flaw.
And he's won over the fan base.
They love him.
Weird thing.
They love him.
Won over the fan base last year.
One of the top jerseys sales in the NFL.
And all it was just confident. It was competent looking play. It wasn't like he was great. He was
okay. He's all right. Okay. He's fine.
But his okay was better than anything Cleveland has seen in 25 years.
His okay was better than the guy they actually chose for the position.
Right.
Which was Dylan Gabriel. I think, boy, if I were Cleveland, this would be a business decision more so than it'd be a talent one. Because he's not their future. What are we doing? It's not your future. You're not going to re-sign Deshaun Watson for another $250 to $300 million. Stop it. Here's what, if I was Cleveland, I would call Arizona and say, hey, got this great new shiny thing. Runs pretty good. I thought it didn't run, but we fixed it, did some things. It looks good. What do you say?
The Colts could do the same thing.
Colts could do the same thing.
And Arizona would probably feel better about that new cleaned up automobile than the other one.
I'm just saying. I think, and by the way, that is also why I think the noise about Deshaun Watson is so loud. Because I think Cleveland wants somebody to bite. They want somebody to go, Is he really playing that well?
Well, how the NFL works. That if he can still play, they'll find a place. The thing is can he still play?
There's a place that I would love to have him at, but the fan base would go.
I know a place.
I know a place. I know a place. And when I say it, you're gonna be like, that makes a lot of sense. The Jets.
I was thinking the Jets too.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Because if he could be great there, that solves 60% of Aaron Glenn's problems. And by the way, you need to solve those problems because you're going to lose Garrett Wilson at some point. At some point, Garrett Wilson's going to say, I'm sick of playing with people that don't know how to play. And by the way, Garrett, if you're listening, you don't have to go there.
I know a place.
I know. You don't even have to change your address, sir. Hold on. Let me do this right. Garrett, you ain't got to change your address, bro.
You still live in the same apartment.
Just walk right down the hallway. I'm just saying, bro. At some point,
especially with this Malik Neighbors stuff, they were saying today that it doesn't look like he's not going to be available for week one.
He's not. They haven't officially announced it, but come on, stop it. He's not. And so it's okay. It's okay because you want him back 100% when he comes back.
And it's okay because mathematically he shouldn't be ready for week one.
Right. Listen, I don't understand what all this rush back ACL talk is. It's crazy to me. Everybody's got to rush back. Patrick Mahomes, he's on the field. Man, what do you do? So you're going to just forego the $500 million that you're paying him just to rush him back and have him hurt again? That's stupid. What are we doing? I
think a lot of it, though, is degrees in the tear and the type of tear it is. Reason why some people come back faster than others. I'm thinking.
Can we just let people heal? Is that okay?
Well, I'm thinking.
Let people heal?
Well, the advances in medicine, people are coming back faster. But the thing is, I'm thinking with Mahomes, because Mahomes is like back already. So I'm thinking his tear may not have been the same grade as Malik Neighbors' tear. And I think there's a difference in.
Well, Malik's was bad, and also they had to go back in and clean some stuff up. Which
he had to have a second surgery that they were expecting.
Right.
And so I'm just thinking that maybe, just maybe, there's just differences in because you know how it is. We just hear torn ACL, ruptured Achilles. We just hear the basics of it, but there's grades of these injuries, and so I'm thinking that maybe Patrick Mahomes' grade of injury wasn't as bad as wasn't as bad as Malik's was. So and I hate it for Malik Neighbors because I really like him and I hate liking him, but I really like him.
He's so good.
He is so good.
So freaking good. Speaking of the Giants, there was a meeting.
Tell me more.
I'm not laughing because it's not funny, but it is kind of funny.
Oh, it's funny on this side.
It's funny. It's funny, period. Like you can't really.
It's funny on this side.
So when we last were here, everything was fine.
Well-timed zoom by this camera.
Right. I know. I saw that. I saw that. I don't know why they zoomed in, but it was perfect timing. When we last were here last Thursday, everything was fine in Giants land. In fact, a lot of optimism. Everybody's excited about the season. Good times were had by all. And then Friday, somebody called Jackson Dar on the phone and said, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" Nothing, man. I was just gonna hang out with my girlfriend. How would you like to introduce the President of the United States? For real? I'm there. And so he went and introduced him. And that's not good because
it depends on
people aren't volunteering to introduce a guy who's been accused of pedophilia, theft, and a barrage of other
things. Given my position as what I do, I have to remain commentless.
Right. No, I'll take care of it. But
I'll just say that.
But we'll say this: forget the political side. It was not the greatest look because it is a very polarizing time in our nation, and so his teammate Abdul Carter, a fellow freshman or a fellow rookie that he came in with, commented on the Beyonce's internet, and says, "Hey man, I thought this was AI. What are we doing?"
And that's all he said about it.
And that's really all he said. Both of them were eviscerated on Elon Musk's X.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody reached out to Jermaine Ellamore and said, hey, man, what's going on with your team? And he said, we're fine over here. But they did have a meeting earlier this week. And from what I was told and what I've seen, the veterans of the team spoke out at this meeting. And I'm pretty sure the meeting went something like this. Hey, Jackson. Hey, Abdul. Don't mind what you feel. Don't mind what you believe. But publicly, shut up. And that's really all it is. That's the whole thing. Like,
because my whole thing with it, as far as Abdul's side of it, you got his phone number. Text him that.
Right.
That's the problem. And what Abdul did is like what the biggest problem is. One of the bigger problem is right now
of this generation.
In this generation, it's not even just this generation. It's just the social media.
That's true.
Period.
That's a good point.
It's that like everybody wants to handle everything all out in the public, and like so many of these arguments and stuff we see from these grown ass men.
Yeah.
On social media, it's like, bro, y'all got each other's phone. Settle this off of social media. I'm so tired of seeing people fighting on social media.
100%. And by the way, I get to a certain extent why he did it, because what Jackson did was public. I get it. Except that you both need to know you've created a problem now.
Right.
This is now a problem. And that's why they had a full team-only meeting that involved 80 people in a room. Do you see where we're going with this?
Mm-hmm.
And here's what I think happened with the Jackson Dart thing, because I've done the research and found out that the Giants were not aware of this. They had no idea he was going to do this, and especially the PR department, because they said had they known, they not necessarily would have stopped him, but they would have said, you need to understand what you've done and what the repercussions are, which is where I was headed. I think that young man, when you watched him on stage, because what he said was fairly benign. He didn't say, I align myself with this guy, I endorse this guy. He didn't say any of that. He simply said, here's the president of the United States. So that doesn't necessarily speak to his views. Though
he did say, I don't know of any blue hairs that watch the NFL, which I don't know what that was supposed to mean.
Right. I didn't get that either. But I'll say this. I think this is a young guy who is very brazen and very brass, and he doesn't quite yet understand the scope and the depth of his celebrity and what he means to all people, not just people that look like you, but all people. Because black people have been giving you a pass with the whole rollies and all that stuff that you was doing and the appropriation. We've been giving you a pass because you play well. So it's like, as long as you win it, we good. And by the way, as long as he wins, this will be forgiven pretty quickly. Yeah. But also, you better win.
You put a target on your back.
Exactly.
And so, like, whatever your political affiliation, I mean, look, NFL is not a monolith. I'm sure there's plenty of both sides in the locker room.
1,000%.
There's no more segregated place on earth.
In that locker room, there are people, black and white, who voted for this president. It happens. Yeah. It's okay. Right. But the ideologies that follow, that's the concern that guys would have. So then you talk that out as men. And and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you, and I think you would agree with this. I find it to be hard-pressed that this kid would be a blatant, full-on, 100% racist and be playing in the sport of football.
Right.
That's a tough sell,
especially at that position.
Right, because sir, unless you're gonna play for a predominantly white team, you're gonna have to figure this out. Mm-hmm. So I don't. Now, does that mean that's not in his background? No. Does that mean that's not how he was raised? Maybe. No. It just means I think he has probably settled some else aspect of that and is functional. But at the same time, now you got to live the rest of your days above board. Because while the organization might not police how you publicly or privately feel about, publicly, they will fire you. Talent or none. They're not going to mess up this money for you. So
I like more than anything. It's just you brought something into the locker room. We brought a bunch of questions into the locker room that didn't need to be there.
That didn't need to be there.
But it goes for both of them because like I said, Abdul could have easily just texted him that.
100%, and should have.
Yeah,
and absolutely should have. So there's that.
Because if he because at the end of the day, if we're being honest, if that's a text and doesn't get out, we're not talking about this.
Well,
not as much.
There would still be concerns about the Jackson Dart presentation, but that could probably be cleared up with a press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It could be cleared up with a press conference fairly reasonably. It probably won't sway everybody, but at least you would get back to a baseline. And by the way, he still owes the people a press conference. That's going to happen at some point. Because the first time he steps to a microphone,
he's going to have to he's going to have to take the microphone at some point.
Yeah, a bad reporter is going to say, "Hey, man, remember when that time when you stood up there? What's up with that?" So,
yeah,
there's that. Couple other stories. I've been seeing a lot about the Caitlin Clark rules, and I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Lisa Leslie or one of the WNBA ladies spoke about they're not officiating her properly and they're not protecting her properly or something.
I'm so sick of this.
But then also they're talking about her anger, not anger, but her outburst on the court and her confrontation to other players. And I personally, I just want to say, all of y'all, for real, y'all need to shut up. This is stupid.
It's
why
stupid. Why are we still here in year 3?
She's a fiery chick that says stuff, but there's a lot of them in the WNBA, and right. So let's not because right now she's one of the faces. You're trying to highlight it and make it something that is not, or you're feeding into. I don't believe this young lady again. Here we go with racism again. I don't believe this young lady is racist. I think she's probably not been exposed to a lot of whatever, but I don't think she's racist. So let's not make her out to be.
She's fiery. She comes back at people and she doesn't back down just because somebody's black or white or whatever. She goes back at whoever.
She's not a chump.
No, she's not a chump. And she's fine. She's fine. All these people talking about she needs to be, because on the other side, she needs to be protected. No, she don't. She don't want your protection. She just needs to hoop. And I'm so sick of this narrative around. Just let the girl play. We don't need think pieces on either side. It is what it is.
Right.
She's fiery. She makes shots. She talks her junk. She can back it up. I'm so sick of the narrative on both sides.
You know what it is though? It's a nation of people who are late to the women's game because they're not used to this. But if you've been watching the
women's games, that's the other side. Some of them in the women's game. It's like, man,
some of it is, but I think all of it's fueling into the same pool, if you will. It's mucking the same pool up. And I'm sorry, but we've been watching. I still remember Shorty Schimmel getting in Brittany Griner's face in college. So let's move on.
Right.
Let's. Well, she didn't get her face, but
as much as she could.
She looked up at her face. So there you go.
Yeah. It's a classic picture.
Right. It's very classic. Yeah. So I'm just saying, it's much to do about nothing, and I that's why I brought it. That's why I wanted to keep it up. It's all right. Fun story. Interesting story. There's a judge in Atlanta named Judge Eleanor Ross. And they tried to make it a big deal because the right tried to say, well, she was an Obama appointee and look what she's doing. And I'm not interested in that part of the story at all. But I am interested in the part of the story where she was clapping cheeks in her office.
So that was real.
Yeah, it's real. That happened.
I thought that was just some nonsense going around on social media.
No, that's a real story. That is an actual story. And there was no real punishment that she got from it.
What's would be the punishment?
Well, the punishment from a job perspective is no punishment.
She
probably shouldn't be clapping cheeks in the office.
But she was voted into office, right?
Yeah, she's voted in office or appointed to the position, and so you probably should be. Yeah, right. You should be clapping cheeks in the office. Although
no, you shouldn't.
But I'm not tripping on that. The part that's a trip is that she's married, and the person she was clapping cheeks with was not her husband.
Oh, there was another person in the video, so I just glanced through it.
I didn't see the video. Is there video?
Apparently, I mean, I was seeing some video popping through.
I don't know about the video. I don't know about the video. I hadn't seen the video. I just know about the story. And I think the board made her, the review board made her write like to her clerks and apologize because they could hear the clapping outside, which to me is the best part of the story. Because if you can you imagine? Can you imagine sitting on your lunch break? That's the best part of the story to me. Because can you imagine sitting on your lunch break and your boss is hey man, what is? Hey man, are you here? Do you hear that? Is she in there with somebody? Like what's going on? Like that's the best part of the story to me. Like, with all due respect, that and I'm praying for your marriage because now you got a whole situation that you're gonna have to deal with, and that's wildly uncomfortable, and I don't wish that on anybody, But also, I got to get these jokes off because come on, man, I can't imagine being a clerk. And according to the story, this was going on for a while. Like this wasn't a one-off. This was like whoever this person was she was with. I think it was like a standing appointment. And so that's wow. That's kind of funny to me. But I just can't imagine sitting outside the office and it's
especially that office.
Right. Because it's a tight office. It's a tight office. You're like. And then after a while, if they're doing it weekly, you're like, come on, man. I'm trying to eat my sandwich, man. I can't. Just want to eat my Chick-fil-A in peace.
Like, I want to eat my ham sandwich in peace.
Right. I'm trying to put these Chick-fil-A away and get back to work. And then got to listen to cheeks being clapped. And they, according to the article, there was cheeks, there was clapping and moaning. How many times have you written a story and you put clapping and moaning in the same article?
Right at 0.
I just thought that was funny. That's the only reason why I even brought the story up, because that part to me is hilarious. I hate that she cheated on her husband, and I'm praying for their family because that's a lot to have to deal with. But boy, sitting outside the office and you're just like, wow, that's a lot. I can't imagine listening to someone clap cheeks at work. All right. Somebody wrote an article, bro. Not even wrote an article, it was like a post. And they said the most dominant years for a rapper in history were 2003's 50 Cent. That would have been his In the Club year. 2015 Drake, I don't know what that would have been for him. Maybe it would have been the Kiki's thing. I don't know. 96 for Tupac with Me Against the World, and then I think Machiavelli later. Or All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, All Eyes on Me later. Futures 2015. I don't listen to Futures. I don't know. 2024 Kendrick, which you could argue that might be the most dominant single year for a rapper ever. Like 2001 Jay-Z.
The In the Club year for 50 was pretty dominant.
Pretty massive. That was pretty massive.
That first album.
Yeah, that's pretty massive. 2010 Kanye. Eminem's first, 2002. DMX 98, which was really big. That was a big year for hip hop, period. That might have been the biggest year ever of hip hop. Because there was, if you go back and look at the 98 drop, here are the 4 albums that make 98 by itself. 2 DMX albums, the biggest Jay-Z album of Hard Knock Life, and Outkast's Aquemini. All in 98. It doesn't get much bigger than that. That's pretty big. And then 2008 Lil Wayne. Which one of those would you put as the number one? Would you put 50 Cent?
And you know me, I'm not a 50 fan.
Right.
But that year, because every song that came out off that album was a hit.
It was a banger. It was a banger.
I mean,
yeah.
Like everything he touched. His fall off matter musically should be studied because, like, as hot as he was on that first album, and even on the cameos he was making and everything, he was as hot of a rapper as that I can think of ever being. And
But
the drop off on when his second album came out,
but
it's amazing.
Well, it is, but then it's not, because if you think about it,
so they didn't throw Snoop and Dre's dominance in '93.
No.
Although that's the one. That's the one.
You would say that's the one, really?
Yeah.
They were burning. Jesus, they were on fire. You are correct.
They didn't have Master P's in there.
No, because I don't think the sales, or not the sales, but there was no real defining. Make Them Say was probably the biggest song of that, but that was like a collective. Like if you were talking about a label's hotness, then yes.
Yeah, No Limit. Yeah,
you would say No Limit.
So we're going. So I give you.
We're talking about a rapper.
We're just going individual. I still have to put Snoop's dominance at that point. I think it's close with Snoop and 50.
Yeah.
As far as single rapper go.
What? Although I'm gonna say this, and this is probably recency bias. Kendrick's year was hot, man. Jesus. I
mean, you got the Super Bowl.
That right, and then you go on a world tour right after, like,
mm-hmm.
And it's all off of one song in an album. That's pretty. He carried a whole year with one song.
Yeah,
like that's pretty impressive. All right, do me a favor, because you've talked about Talk about where we are in 24-24.
Oh, okay. Because like you went away for a second, and then like I was like, "What are we doing?" 24-24, another fantastic episode. We're down to the final round now, and it's been some surprises, but I do think I know who the winner is going to be. I mean, you know me, I'm so bad with names, but it's the dude that came on. He's got the hair, and he didn't have to compete in the semifinal round because he advanced, so he got to rest. So he's coming in somewhat fresh for the show. He had like an hour off, and so I think he's going to win this. But 24-24, if you're not watching it, is a spectacular show. And also, if you've heard us talk about the BBQ show on there, the barbecue brawl. That also comes on Monday. So 24-24 comes on Sunday. Barbecue Brawl comes on Monday, and that's been fantastic. It's because Bobby Flay is literally competing against his lady. His team's competing against his lady's team. His lady, she's lost. Every team starts out with 4 people, plus the chefs, which is Bobby Flay, his girl, and then Anine, who won it last year. And so Bobby's team lost a player off of this week's team. His girls already lost 2 players, and Manit has all of her team intact. I think we're headed towards a Manit repeat.
It feels that way, but I don't know, because the other side of the Manit, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The other side of the Manit thing is so that, full disclosure, the little black chef, the young black one, female, she's from a show called Yes Chef. And the whole premise of Yes Chef is that these chefs were on that show because they had anger issues. And their anger issues were keeping them from being great. And I see a lot of her tendencies still in her. And it feels like she's going to fall apart. And she's one of the strongest chefs on that team. So if she falls apart, then it's the 3. And I don't know. I think they can pull it out. I agree with you. Manit probably has the strongest team. But also the 2 that Brooke has left, they're good. They are good.
They are very good, and they can carry that.
And by the way,
they're both really good.
Realistically, there actually is an advantage for your team if you only got to feature 2 dishes.
Right.
Because Manit's dishes were good this past time, but the 2 dishes that Brooke offered were very good. So when you wear them next to each other, it's a loss. So I don't know, man. I'm enjoying. All I know is I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
I think those two are very good for all four of Manit's players are incredible.
They're solid. They're very solid.
And she's got two dark horses on that team because one, the real quiet dude that looks like he's 12, who was in the face off last week and won.
He cooked his behind off.
Yeah, he may be kind of the weakling just because out of inexperience. But the other cat, the one black dude from Chicago, he's kind of strange.
But he can
cook.
He can go. and he might low key be the best of the four.
Because he looks like he's about to explode at any point.
Every time he has a very much Chicago temperament.
But then, like that, he's smiling.
Because he's constantly frustrated. He's like, man, they keep taking the stuff I want. And then he'll take the thing that's left over and turn it into something great. And you're like, hey, man, just shut up and cook. Like, you're doing a phenomenal job, bro.
Yeah. I think Monique's gonna win it again.
She's so good. Monique's just everything she touches is just good. She just understands cooking shows, competitions. I also been watching the new Chopped Castaway thing.
I can't get it.
It's weird.
It looks weird.
It is very weird. It's like Survivor meets
a food competition.
A watered down version of Chopped, though. It's not even a good version of Chopped. It's like a watered down version. And you're just like, this isn't good. I don't love this. So anyway, you talked about the finale going down this weekend.
I did mention that there is the finale. I didn't go into depth of it because I'm so bad with names.
It's going down. There's a final five.
I think it's
four. Final four.
Only name I remember off of it is Joe.
Leanne.
Viet. The one guy that I think is going to win it.
Viet.
No, not Viet. Yeah, but Viet.
The
dude.
The one that got through to the other side.
Yeah,
I forgot his name. Keith or something. I don't know. But we'll call him Keith. But it's probably not Keith. But
I don't think it
is. It's going to be good. The final four looks like it's going to be really, really good. But let me tell you something. Because we haven't talked since the last time. When they gave them that moose bouche not the moose bouche, that was crazy too. But when they gave them the creme brulee to cook and the risotto at the same time. I was watching it with my wife. And they had to do it
in like 30 minutes, right?
Right. It was like 30, 40 minutes, something like that. I was watching it with my wife, and she's like, that seems like a lot. I said, no, it seems impossible. There's no way to do that and get them the margin for error to get those two things right in 30 to 40 minutes is like razor thin.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw only like two people got it right.
Right.
Both of them got it right. It's very, very hard.
They got both of them. Most everybody got one or the other right.
Everybody got at least one right. But and I think they knew that. I think they were all like, let me just focus on the one because I'm not going to get both.
But the funny thing is, I tell you
the other person, Christina, the girl.
Yeah,
it is 5.
Yeah.
Still in.
The curly haired lady.
Yeah,
but my man Joe, he focused on the risotto and got the creme brulee right.
And got the creme brulee right. I was like, you did the opposite of what you said you was gonna do. Your expertise was the risotto. So yeah, that was crazy. But okay, another finale going down this week is Euphoria.
See, I just started the season. I think I'm 3 episodes in. This is one of the wildest shows.
I'm gonna de-glass for this. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. Be honest with you, Euphoria. I had heard about it for years, and I'd heard about people talking about it and saying, "Oh, Euphoria, it's just this, that, and the other." And I'm like, okay. And I like Zendaya. I really genuinely like Zendaya. I think she's a cool young lady. She makes very interesting choices as far as her career is concerned. Because she made a movie, about threesomes, which is crazy. And threesomes and tennis, which is a crazy combination. But she makes interesting choices. But none of her choices are more interesting and more polarizing than Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only show to me that is wilder than Euphoria is The Boys. Right. And that's because of the violence.
Yeah, it's because of the violence. Euphoria is crazy because this could be real.
It feels very autobiographical. like she's telling someone's real life story. And by the way, I think they're going to clean up at the Emmys. I think she's going to get a nomination. I think Sydney Sweeney's going to get a nomination. I could see my man that plays there's a black guy that I forget his name. I apologize to him. I no disrespect to you, brother, because you are phenomenal. And I could just look you up real quick and just like call you by your name, and that way I'm not disrespecting.
But you're talking about the guy that owns the strip
club.
That
owns the strip club, yeah.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
He's been around. He's done a lot of good things. Speaking of 50 Cent, he was like the villain in that.
Yeah.
What is his name? It's not Coleman. Coleman Domingo is actually Adewale Ikunye Agbaje.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in a lot of great stuff. He's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
He's really good. I could see him maybe getting a nod as a supporting actor.
At least getting a nominee.
Yeah, at least getting a nomination. I don't know if he'll win, but he's definitely worthy of a nomination. Her husband, Jacob Elordi, could get a nomination. It's really good. It's just really well done. Sharon Stone does a phenomenal job in this, and you don't even know it's her.
Oh, that's the TV exec.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was her either.
A lot of people don't even know it's her, but she does an outstanding job in this. But it's really good. It's just the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
It's wild stuff.
It's wild, and it's and they have set up a season finale that is probably going to be much talked about because the last episode was crazy, and I'm like, this is crazy. I don't understand how we got here. Like this is, but
show's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. So Euphoria is going down this week. My girls and I love The Floor. We love The Floor. You don't watch The Floor, do you?
Mm-mm.
The Floor is the most basic and exciting game show probably on TV. Because there's nothing complicated about The Floor. You can sit and feel like you're a genius playing The Floor, except that you don't realize how much pressure is in a minute. You don't realize it until you're sitting there playing alongside them and you're going, yo, this is a lot of pressure. Like, because you got to get every answer right. You got to get it in a timely manner, and you can't really miss. Because if you start missing, you'll lose. It's a really kind of fun show, so I like The Floor. And then The Chi is back.
Yeah.
You didn't like The Chi, did you?
Tell you, I've been done on The Chi since like the 3rd or 4th season.
What happened for you?
The time.
By the way, I'm not saying you're wrong.
The time when the season finale that season.
Yeah.
Well, I was lukewarm at that point anyway.
Spoiler alert for anybody who's not seen it. So
but what's the gangster's name who became the mayor of Chicago?
Duda.
Yeah, when Duda became the mayor, I was waning at that point.
Right.
But then when old girl was Candy, when she shot him multiple times at close range, and he survived and was perfectly fine, I'm like, I'm done.
He survived the first one. He didn't survive the second one.
Oh, he's dead now?
Yeah, Duda gone.
Right,
and shout out to my frat brother. He's my frat brother.
My homeboy, technically my goddaughter was on a couple episodes of that show.
Really? Okay, so you got
my homeboy. Well, she was kind of an extra. She was like a secretary somewhere or something.
Gotcha.
But yeah, my boy Terry that I grew up with and went to Murray with, his oldest daughter. She's an actress, and she was on a few episodes of The Chi.
Got you. I don't like starting series and then not ending them.
It's hard for me too, and so for me to give up on a series says that
I have given up
way left.
Yeah. I have given up on some stuff for real, but I typically, if I start you, I'm probably gonna. If I start,
because I want to see how the story ends.
I do. Yeah,
but it just got so unrealistic. I was just like,
I will say this: this is the final season. The series is coming to an end. It has started well. Mm-hmm. It started well. I will say that. The first 2 episodes, they have been good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping, beyond hope, that this is going to end well. The Neighborhood ended. 8 seasons worth of The Neighborhood. The last episode felt like they tried to force 8 years of emotion into 30 minutes. And when it's not even 30 minutes, like 24 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't land. So I was a little disappointed. I'm hoping that doesn't happen with the shot. Usually in hour-long situations, you're able to resolve it.
Yeah, you can tell
properly.
tell more story. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's all we got for you as far as what we're watching, as far as the rest of the stuff. If you're at work and you hear cheeks clapping behind you, say nothing. Let that person have the moment that they're in.
Well, did you see the latest?
Oh, what happened? Did I miss something? Is it breaking news?
They identified the deputy chief.
Oh, of the situation?
Yes.
They have a name now?
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
Not only do they have a name, they have a picture of my boy.
Oh no. Oh no. What does he look like?
I mean, they match. I mean, they're both,
They match? That is hilarious. They match is a crazy, crazy statement. Oh, another breaking news. It is official. The new series or spinoff of A Different World will air on Netflix September 24th.
They finally set a date because they've been saying
set a date. Yeah.
Shout out to Dwayne Wayne, who's also in Euphoria.
It's a weird role, but he's killing it though. He's actually killing it. I'm very impressed and happy for Dwayne. But yeah, this is wow. I low key want to see the picture. I may have to wait till after the show because I don't want to hold the show up.
Just type her name into Twitter, it pops up.
But I was trying not to. Well, you're so patient with me. I appreciate you because I kind of do want to see the picture now. All right, they have a picture of him. Oh wow, that's well.
They match.
Yeah, she's got some explaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's the deputy chief. Oh man, this is bad. She about to lose her job.
Yeah, especially about to be done.
Kelly Colley, they both about to lose their job. Plus, guess what? Guess where her husband is? He's the assistant district attorney. That makes for an awkward time. Like,
oh, what a tangled web we weave.
I wonder if everybody's going to try to keep that. How do you keep all three? Somebody's got to go, and it can't be the husband that got cheated on.
No.
Okay. See, this is why you should be clapping cheeks at work,
especially when people are there.
Especially. You're the judge. You can't send folk home. Just say y'all go home. Okay. Midday cheeks is crazy. Let me just can we all agree that midday cheeks at work skyrockets in flight. That's crazy, man. Oh my God. What are you doing? Eleanor, what are you doing?
And it's multiple times too. It wasn't just one
right.
time.
That's what I'm saying. This was like an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see you for lunch. We're gonna have today. What we have for today? We have
relations
and cheeks.
We'll have relations.
Hot, lovely relations.
Sherman gonna have relations.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. Well, listen. I get it. I don't. I don't get it. There's no impulse control. It's got to be at noon. Y'all can't coordinate a better schedules than this. Okay. And I'm not advocating cheating. Let me be very clear. I'm not advocating cheating. I'm just saying.
Advocating discretion.
Right.
No matter, even if it's not cheating, even if it's with your spouse.
And also, look concerned about the fact that the deputy chief and a judge can't coordinate a schedule that they can't get caught. I'm very concerned about it because if y'all can't coordinate that, I'm supposed to trust you to make great judgment in court and also solve crimes? I don't think so. I'm just saying. This is the easiest case you'll ever have. Okay, I'm done now. Oh, Eleanor, you gotta do better. Maybe she's in love. Maybe she's found true love in this deputy chief.
Found true something.
Now it's gonna cost you your job. But hey, maybe a good time is worth that. Personally, I wouldn't let anything mess up my money, but to each his own. To each his own, Kendrick. Okay.
I'm not the judge.
We should go to shout outs because this is for sure gotten off the rails. But it's funny. That's what we do here. We do the funny. Okay. Let's is that a round of applause? What is she? Are you hearing clapping? I'm hearing clapping. I don't know why. Okay.
We're moving on.
I could just see 4 little clerks of multiple.
We're moving on, Lloyd.
No, I'm just saying. You can see it. You can see him all sitting out there in little cubicles outside the office, and every day, just angry, just so angry because they got to. There she go again. You want to go for a walk? Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Y'all, the Chief's back.
He's back. Jeez. Really? Can you pick another time? They were probably scheduling their lunch breaks around that at some point. They were probably like, I don't want it. I'm not. But then also, there's always one that probably scheduled his lunch break during that every time. We should move on, shouldn't we? Okay. All right. We're moving on. Kendrick, Jesus. We don't have to
shout outs.
Yes. What are we shouting out?
Just shout out my boy Chris Redmond again in the Louisville Kings.
Yeah, man.
If they win this Sunday, they advance to the playoffs.
That is awesome. Listen, it's been a challenging season for them, but they have weathered the storm. So I'm
especially
excited.
the way the season started. Yeah,
it did not start great. Yeah, it did not start great.
They got the offense turned around a little bit. The defense is probably the best defense in the league, and so shout out to them. Shout out to my cousin Mo, the defensive backs coach, because he's a baller. And so shout out to my.
They're not the problem.
No,
they're not the problem. Who am I shouting out? I want to shout out you. And Charlie, I'm sure Charlie is in euphoria right now. Not the show, but the actual feeling. Because his Knicks are doing it, and his Spurs might do it, which is the dream scenario. It's orange and blue skies in his world right now. By the way,
I do want to see his, because he says he's still going to root. He's going to root for the Knicks over the Spurs.
Charlie's incapable of picking one or the other. Like, he's gonna root for the Spurs. He's not gonna be upset if the Spurs beat the Knicks. He's not, because that's not how he's built. Charlie loves people, and that's the best quality of him. He loves people, and he's loyal. So he's gonna root for both. He may not root as loud for the Spurs as he'll root for the Knicks, but he'll support them in his own way.
Yeah,
in his own way. So but he's in a great place right now. It's good stuff.
I do have one quick question. Why can't they're interviewing Gunther on ESPN this morning?
Yes.
They can't get that man.
WWE Clash in Italy is going down this weekend.
They can't get that man a microphone.
Nah. First of all, his English is not great. So
the English ain't the problem. The problem is how hollow the sound is. And I'm like, how does ESPN, this network, always have audio issues? You see mics going out on the set all the time.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like the new studio as much as I like the old one. The old one seemed like they had less problems, but this new one, they seem like they have all the problems. They be sitting around the table and one person's mic goes completely out, and then you got
to bring in a
Yeah, I'm like,
to which I'm like, yeah, I don't have another this what is called a lavalier.
Lavaliers, right?
They don't have another lava they can just put on. Why they have to stick this stupid looking stick maintenance?
I know how much I'm paying for my ESPN package, and surely that's enough to get you one lavalier mic.
And I have mics set up for when they have these interviews.
Right, like this feels
Zoom
like
interviews.
What are y'all spending the money on? Is it all going to Stephen A. and Greeny? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna make them take like a slight pay cut at least to buy supplies. Like, what are we doing?
How did I have a Sennheiser sponsorship?
Right. This doesn't feel like it should be this hard, but it is. All right. I don't have any other shout outs. I don't think I have any other shout outs. Oh, my beautiful daughter is finishing up school, so shout out to her. I'm excited about that because she's about to be a senior, so that's cool.
Nice.
But it's also weird.
Yeah, I can stand.
Because it happens so fast. Like it's like you were just in the 6th grade, like yesterday. So how did we get here? So this is crazy. You know, and then shout out to all my friends whose children are graduating or have graduated. That's always fun to watch the pictures on the net, on Beyonce's internet, and see those people graduating. If you're wondering why we didn't have any Kevin Hart news or anything, because I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm so far over it. If you're wondering
it's
why,
it's a comedy show, and that's what it's.
I'm ready to move on. If you're wondering why I didn't bring up the Teray Cheyenne Bryant, because I did that on Tuesday, and if you want to see my thoughts, you can go listen to that on Tuesday. It's funny. That's funny to me. Listen, shout out to her. If you can't convince them that you got a degree, take your clothes off. Start it up. If you're trying to stay in the game, start it up. One of those is gonna work. I'm just saying. I ain't mad at her. She's trying to stay relevant, kid. She's fighting for her life.
Everything I know about that story, I've learned from you on this podcast.
Yeah. She's R. Kelly. She's R. Kelly in front of Gail King right now. She's fighting for her life. So anyway, that's all we got. That's all. Enjoy. We got a game 7 tomorrow. It's going down. It should be great. Clash in Italy. If you're a wrestling fan, that's going down Sunday. That's also going to be great. It's just going to be fun. I've enjoyed my weekends. I'm enjoying my weekends here. June is here. Can you believe that? June is already here. It's crazy. But listen, this is the year. Let's keep doing good things. Let's keep being good people, and in doing the best that we can in tumultuous times to be there for one another. If we can do that, I think we'll make it through anything. So with that being said, go clap your own cheeks as long as they belong to you, and cue the whistle.